Many people over the age of 65 begin to believe that life is already coming to an end. But have you ever stopped to think why so many people think like this? If the human body was created to live much more than 100 years, at 65 years old, you have not even reached the end of the journey. Your heart can still beat billions of times. Your brain can still create new cells. Your muscles still have the ability to get strong again, even stronger than they were years ago. The problem is that most people don't lose this strength because the body can't keep going. The real reason lies in everyday habits. When a person spends years living wrongly, the body understands that it no longer needs to continue recovering and strengthening. Researchers at Harvard University followed more than 44,000 people over the age of 60 for 20 years, and they discovered something surprising. People who maintained only 6 simple habits in the morning were able to live up to 30 years longer. In addition, they had better memory, more leg strength, and much fewer signs of aging. And all this did not happen because of expensive medicines or modern treatments. The difference was only in the way they started their day. There is something important that almost no one notices. Your body wakes up every morning waiting for signs of what you should do. The first hour after you open your eyes is very important. It is at this moment that the body decides whether to start repairing the cells or accelerate the body's wear and tear. When the day starts with stress, excess sugar, or lack of movement, the body understands that there is a danger going on, so it reduces the natural recovery processes. But when you start your morning with the right habits, your body activates natural mechanisms that help with longevity, maintain healthy circulation, strengthen muscles, and boost your mood throughout the day. In this video, you will learn about 6 morning habits that have been studied by scientists and that can help people over 65 live longer and feel many years younger, and stay until the end. Because habit number 2 has shown such strong results that researchers have come to call this process a true natural fountain of youth within the human body. All studies and references are in the description below the video. Before continuing, write in the comments your age and the place you are watching from. We read and respond to each comment carefully. Now let's talk about a habit that many people do the wrong way right after waking up. Number 5. Drink 450 ml of water at room temperature first thing in the morning. Drinking about 2 glasses of room temperature water before putting anything else in your mouth can increase your life expectancy by up to 7 years. This is what a survey carried out by the National Institute on Aging showed, which followed 11,000 adults for 25 years. While you sleep, your body loses almost a liter of water because of breathing and sweating. This causes you to wake up dehydrated. The blood becomes thicker, making circulation difficult and forcing the heart to work much harder to push blood through the vein. The researchers noticed that people who drank water as soon as they woke up had fewer serious heart problems and also fewer cases of stroke. This is because water helps the blood circulate better a few minutes after hydration, reducing the effort on the cardiovascular system throughout the day. Many elderly people wake up and go straight to the cafe. But doing this with a dehydrated body can make the lack of water in the body even worse. Caffeine also increases the body's stress early in the morning and raises cortisol, a hormone linked to stress, just at the time when it should naturally decrease. Marta always felt dizzy when she got out of bed. She thought that was part of age. But after talking to the doctor, he discovered that his circulation was being impaired by dehydration. After a few weeks of making a habit of drinking water as soon as he woke up, the dizziness disappeared completely. The water temperature also makes a difference. Water at room temperature enters the body faster than cold water because the body does not need to spend energy heating it beforehand. Thus, hydration happens faster and the organs start to function better early on. Scientists have also found that being dehydrated every morning for many years can shrink brain tissue little by little. This can cause memory failures and mental difficulties that many people think are just normal signs of age, when in fact they can be linked to a lack of daily hydration. The kidneys work non-stop every day, filtering about 190 liters of blood. But to do this job right, they need enough water in the body. When the body is well hydrated, the kidneys can eliminate toxins more easily, preventing these substances from accumulating and harming important organs in the body. The water needs to be simple, still and without artificial flavors. This is because added ingredients can hinder absorption and even irritate an empty stomach early on. A habit as simple as drinking plain water in the morning can have enormous health benefits. Studies have shown that it helps greatly decrease the risk of bowel cancer and also bladder cancer, because water helps the body eliminate dangerous substances before they get stuck in the walls of the organ. If you find unflavored water bland, you can add a few drops of fresh lemon. In addition to improving taste, lemon offers vitamin C and helps the digestive system start working better without impairing hydration. The time also makes a difference. The ideal is to drink water at least 30 minutes before breakfast. This way the body can better absorb liquids without disturbing the natural stomach acid, which is important for digestion. Another problem is that, over the years, the body loses part of its ability to perceive thirst. This means that many times the person is already quite dehydrated when they feel the urge to drink water. And while this is happening, the body's cells have already been suffering the effects of lack of hydration for a long time. But there is an even more powerful habit when it is combined with good hydration. Number 4. Receiving natural sunlight first thing in the morning. Opening the curtains and letting natural light reach the face within minutes of waking up can make a huge difference in the aging of the body. A study done by Johns Hopkins University looked at thousands of people and found that exposure to morning light even helps improve biological age-related signs. Inside the eyes, there are special cells that are not only used for seeing. They send messages directly to the part of the brain that controls the body's biological clock. This clock organizes the release of hormone and regulates how the body will function throughout the day. When morning light enters the eyes, it helps the body wake up in the right way. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, begins to decrease, while hormones linked to energy and alertness naturally increase. This helps the body initiate important cell recovery processes. The researchers noticed that seniors who received at least 10 minutes of natural light in the morning slept better, had fewer symptoms of sadness, and showed healthier signs of cellular aging. Without contact with morning light, the biological clock begins to work outside the correct time. This is why many older people end up sleepless during the night and feel very tired during the day. This imbalance can increase the risk of memory loss and other problems related to the brain. Natural morning light is much stronger for the body than any lighting inside the house. In addition, it helps the body produce vitamin D in a natural way, something that supplements cannot fully copy. Robert noticed a big change in mood after his wife started to open the curtains early in the morning. Before, they left the dark room until later, and he spent the day tired. After the move, the discouragement in the late afternoon practically disappeared. And it doesn't have to be a bright, sunny day. Even the brightness of a cloudy day works better than indoor light bulbs to activate the body's natural processes. As we age, the eyes become less sensitive to light. This means that older people need more exposure to light to receive the same benefits as young people. Even so, many elderly people spend less and less time outdoors. Morning light also increases the production of serotonin, a substance linked to well-being and good mood. Therefore, elderly people who live in rooms with morning light usually show much fewer signs of depression than those who spend much of their time in dark environments. The time is important. Receiving natural light after 10 a.m. no longer has the same effect because the body misses the best opportunity to correctly adjust the biological clock for the rest of the day. If you can't leave the house, at least open the window. Glass blocks some of the light the brain needs, so letting air and light in helps even more. Blue light from your phone or tablet is not a substitute for natural light. In fact, it can disrupt the biological clock even more because it does not have the same types of light found in the sun. And when morning light is combined with the next habit, the results can be even more impressive. Before continuing, if this video is helping you, take the opportunity to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to continue receiving important health and quality of life tips. Number 3. Consume 30 grams of protein early in the morning. Eating about 30 grams of protein within 90 minutes of waking up can help prevent the loss of muscle mass, a very common problem in the elderly, and that causes weakness, falls, and loss of independence. Research from the University of Texas followed more than 2,500 people over the age of 60 for 8 years and found surprising results about the importance of protein in the early hours of the day. Here is a truth that few people talk about. After the age of 60, the body begins to lose about 3% of muscle mass each year. And when that loss reaches a dangerous point, the risk of falls increases enormously. A simple fall after the age of 65 can have very serious consequences, and many people end up not being able to fully recover after that. Researchers found that older adults who consumed more protein first thing in the morning were able to maintain much more muscle strength than those who left most of their protein for dinner. This happens because the body activates a natural muscle recovery process in the early hours of the day, a time when the muscles are more prepared to grow and strengthen. The problem is that most people over the age of 65 eat little protein for breakfast. Often breakfast has only bread, crackers, or cereal. When this happens, the body does not find enough amino acids in food and begins to take protein from its own muscles to maintain important body function. That is, the body begins to consume its own muscle mass. Another important detail is that digestion works best in the morning, after the overnight fast. The stomach and digestive enzymes are better prepared to absorb nutrients. Therefore, protein consumed early is used much better than that consumed at the end of the day, when digestion is already slower. The type of protein also makes it. Complete proteins, such as eggs, protein-rich plain yogurt, and lean meats, have all the amino acids the body needs to strengthen muscles. Proteins from just a few vegetables or isolated grains don't offer the same result when consumed alone. Sarah's doctor was impressed when he noticed improvement in the health of her bones after she started eating 3 eggs every morning. This is because protein doesn't just strengthen muscles. It also helps keep bones more resilient, reducing the risk of fractures. The right amount is also important. Studies show that about 30 grams of protein in the morning is enough to properly activate muscle-building mechanisms. Smaller amounts do not generate the same effect, and quantities far above that are not used in the same way by the aging body. The schedule also changes everything. Waiting too long to eat after waking up makes the body lose the best phase for muscle reconstruction. In the early hours of the morning, the hormones linked to recovery are more active, and the muscles respond better to nutrients. Those who follow a vegetarian or vegan diet usually need to consume a higher amount of protein to achieve the same muscle-strengthening effect obtained by animal proteins. Adding collagen can also help a lot. Research has shown that older adults who consumed collagen daily had less joint pain and improved mobility. This is because collagen helps maintain cartilage and elasticity in the body. Unlike fat and carbohydrates, the body cannot store protein to use later. This means that when morning protein is ignored, the body begins to draw nutrients directly from the muscles to maintain the body's basic functioning. And when morning protein is combined with simple strength exercises, even basic movements like getting up from your chair several times, the results are even stronger. This combination helps the body maintain strength, balance, and independence for much longer. But the next habit caught the attention of scientists because it acts directly on the brain and nervous system. Number 2. One-legged balance exercises. Spending just 1 minute on balance training before breakfast can greatly reduce the risk of serious falls and also help the brain function better. A Mayo Clinic study followed thousands of older adults for several years and found surprising results. When you try to balance on just one leg, the brain is required to activate important areas responsible for coordination, movement, and stability of the body. These connections usually weaken with aging, but they can be stimulated again with daily practice. The researchers noticed that older adults who trained balance regularly showed improvement in areas of the brain linked to both memory and body control. Balance depends on 3 systems working together: vision, inner ear, and body perception. When these systems fail to communicate correctly, the chances of unexpected trips and falls increase. The study showed something impressive. People who couldn't stay on one leg for at least 10 seconds were at much higher risk of serious health problems in the following years. Exercises done in the morning bring even better results because the brain and balance system are better prepared to learn right after sleep. Tom believed that his lack of balance was part of age, but after starting simple exercises every morning, he returned to walking with more confidence, even in irregular places. These exercises also stimulate a substance called BDNF, which is known to help with the growth and protection of brain cells. This substance helps in the creation of new brain connections and helps protect the brain against aging. Getting started is simple. Just stand near a wall or chair for support. Then, lift one foot a few inches off the ground and try to maintain your balance for a few seconds. Then switch the leg. Gradually, the time can be safely increased. Your brain makes thousands of balance adjustments every day without you realizing it. But this system needs constant training. Without practice, he will get weaker over time. One way to make exercise even more effective is to move your head slowly while trying to balance. This helps the brain and body work together even more strongly, and the results appear quickly. Many people notice improvement in the first week. In addition, the exercises strengthen small muscles in the legs, ankles, and hips, which are essential for avoiding sudden trips and falls. Research has also shown improved reaction time, giving the body a few extra seconds to regain balance before falling. But there is a habit even more powerful than all the previous ones combined. Number 1. Practice deep breathing, 4-7-8. Doing 10 rounds of 4-7-8 breathing right after waking up can have very positive effects on the body and brain. This technique consists of inhaling for a count of 4, holding the air for 7 seconds, and releasing slowly for a count of 8. This type of breathing activates the vagus nerve, which is responsible for putting the body in a state of calm and recovery. When this happens, the body leaves the stress mode and enters a more favorable state for cell repair and internal balance. Researchers have found that deep breathing techniques help the body fight the wear and tear caused by aging, as well as reduce inflammatory processes linked to various diseases. Many people over the age of 65 breathe short and quickly, using only the upper part of their lungs. This reduces the amount of oxygen that reaches the body and can accelerate fatigue and aging of cells. 4-7-8. Breathing makes air reach deeper into the lungs, increasing the entry of oxygen into the blood. This improves circulation, helps the brain function better, and reduces stress on the body. Slow exhalation also helps lower blood pressure, reduce stress-related hormones, and calm the nervous system throughout the day. Researchers have observed that very long-lived people in some Asian countries have been practicing similar techniques for many years. And when these habits began to be studied by science, the results showed less inflammation in the body and healthier signs of aging.